Okay, in this video, we will discuss two integrals that involve the function box x. The first one is 0 to pi by 2 sine x minus box x dx. So what we'll do is we'll break up the interval 0 to pi by 2 into two subintervals. One is 0 to 1 sine x minus box x dx, and the other one will be 1 to pi by 2 sine x minus box x dx. Okay, next thing, we will put the values of box x here and as well as here. So from 0 to 1, we know the value of box x is 0. So this becomes sine x dx, plus from 1 to pi by 2, value of box x is naturally 1. So this becomes sine x minus 1 dx. X minus 1 dx. So now if you just calculate it, sine x is integration, sine x is minus cos x. The limits are from 0 to 1, and this will be minus cos x minus 1. The limits are from 1 to pi by 2. So finally, if you simplify it, put in the limits, plug in the limits, you will end up with the result 1 minus cos pi by 2 minus 1. So this is the final answer. Now let's go to the second integral, which is slightly more complicated than this one, because it involves mod x as well as box x. So the second integral that we will calculate is minus 1 to 3 mod x minus 2 plus box x. So this is the function. So as usual, we will split it up into minus 1 to 0 mod x minus 2 plus box x dx, then 0 to 1 mod x minus 2 plus box x dx, 1 to 2 mod x minus 2 box x dx, and finally 2 to 3 mod x minus 2 plus box x dx. Okay, now comes the important portion. We have to plug in the values. We have to put the values of mod x minus 2 and box x in the interval minus 1 to 0. Now let me just recapitulate very quickly. What is mod x? You know that mod x is plus x when x is positive, 0 when x is 0, and minus x when x is negative. So we have to keep this in mind when we put in the values. Okay. So suppose let us first do the first part, this part. What will happen? Now minus 1 to 0. So you see minus 1 less than x less than 0. So that means if you calculate x minus 2 for any value of x lying between minus 1 and 0, then x minus 2 will be negative. So that means according to the definition of mod function, x minus 2 will be minus of x minus 2. That is, this is the third case is happening here. Whatever is within the mod, that is negative. So when you remove the mod, that is minus of x minus 2, which is 2 minus x. Also, you know, from minus 1 to 0, box x is minus 1. So ultimately, what happens to the first portion is -1 to 0. This is 2 minus x. That is, this portion is 2 minus x. And this portion is -1. So this is the first part. Now let's see what is happening to the second one. Second one is from 0 to 1. Now same thing will happen. If x lies between 0 to 1, then x minus 2 itself will be negative. So mod of x minus 2 will be again same thing, minus of x minus 2. So this will again be 2 minus x. But this time box x will attain the value 0. So plus 0. Okay. Now let's see the third one from 1 to 2. Again same thing will happen. If x lies between 1 and 2, then x minus 2 is itself, just x minus 2 itself is negative. So mod x minus 2 will be again minus of x minus 2, so which is 2 minus x. So this is again 2 minus x, and box x is 1. So this becomes plus 1 dx. Now let's see what happens to the fourth portion. The fourth portion will behave differently. Why? Because the fourth portion you have 2 to 3. 2 to 3. So when x lies between 2 to 3, let me show, you can understand, but still let me just write it down. 2 less than x less than 3. So this time what will happen is x minus 2, if you take any value of x from 2 to 3, x minus 2 will be positive. So according to definition of modulus function, mod x minus 2 will be plus x minus 2. So that is x minus 2. So all this while we were having minus of x minus 2, that is 2 minus x. Only in the fourth portion we now have x minus 2. So this is x minus 2, and this is, as you can see, this portion is x minus 2, and box x in this interval is 2. So x minus 2 plus 2 dx. So now it becomes easy. We can calculate it very, very easily. Let's do that. So ultimately, this is, if you, I'm skipping one step. You can all simplify this and do. So if I integrate, then we'll get x minus x square by 2. The limits are from -1 to 0. Then the second one, you can see, that will be 2x minus x square by 2 from 0 to 1. The third will be 3x minus x square by 2 from 1 to 2. And the last one will be x square by 2. The limits are from 2 to 3. So if you now calculate it, I'm not showing the calculation, that's not necessary also. So the final answer comes out to be 7. So these are two very important integrals, interesting ones also, especially the second one. Now you know how to do them. Okay.